Alright, what is up guys? My name's John. I'm here doing an introduction to all the characters in Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U, and today we're going over one of my absolute favorites in Bowser. Bowser in general throughout the games has been one of the heavier characters, a lot of powerful attacks, a lot of knockback attacks. In this game, there's a little bit of a debate out right now. I'm in the thinking with some others that he is the third heaviest character behind King Dedede and Donkey Kong. There's a group that feel that he is the heaviest, as he was in many of the other games. But either way, the point is he's very heavy, he's hard to throw, he's hard to knock back. The surprising part is with his speed. Now his walking speed is about what you'd think. It's 44th, which is really, really low on the list. He's actually tied with Zelda at that stat. But his running speed is 14th. Bowser is very, very fast for his size and weight group. And that's actually tied with Lucina and Marth, which are two fast swordsman characters. So Bowser is a very heavy hitter with good dashing speed, which is a really dangerous combination for someone like him. Some of the weaknesses with Bowser, though, he does have a wide area for opponents to hit. As you can see, he's significantly taller than Luigi, and even when he ducks, he's about the same size as Luigi. So any attacks that are in the air that might not hit other characters because they're not tall enough will hit Bowser. So that's just one thing to be aware of. Make sure you use his defensive capabilities like his larger shield, which you can angle up to guard against aerial attacks. Otherwise, you'll notice too, when the shield gets too small, there are some areas that it won't cover. So just make sure you keep his shield large, make sure you don't abuse it too much. And then let's move on to his moves. So right away we have this two-punch move, and I want to show this, just show you his power. I mean, that's a knockback right there of almost half the stage, just from his regular two-punch attack. So he has a lot of knockback ability, a lot of power in each hit. As for his other moves, we have just a straight forward punch. Not quite. We have this dig-in claw sort of motion, an upward sweep with his arm, and then for the smash attacks, he has a jump with his shell, a spin with his shell, and a drop kick. This drop kick is really heavy hitting, tons and tons of knockback. Most of his smash attacks are like that. Even his upwards one, when they have even, like 60 to 70% will be enough to kill him. One thing I do want to show you with this too, if he ever gets up on that stage, which he probably won't, but I can show you this anyway. At this point here, oh, he did get on it, perfect. Okay, so right underneath here, because Bowser is such a tall character, he can reach platforms with this that a lot of characters couldn't. So he can actually attack through the bottom of the stage, which is, I think, is a huge advantage for him. I'll take that over the disadvantage of his size any day. So let's move on here. His aerial attacks is the spin one that hits 360 degrees. It'll hit everything around him. His forward is a claw, his back is a drop kick, his up is a headbutt, and his down is a spike with his shield. I wouldn't really use Bowser in the air just because he's so tall. He can fight really well on the ground, and all these aerial attacks, which are strong, like all of his attacks, I think it's much better to have the control on the ground, where you can play some of the defensive game against faster characters too. In the air, he's not one of the fastest characters, and one of his weaknesses is when he gets comboed by weaker characters. So characters that don't have a lot of knockback to their attacks can constantly hit him and juggle him with his big body. So I try to keep Bowser out of the air. I think he's better on the stage. His recovery isn't great, but it isn't terrible either with that shell. A lot of people think he's a really terrible recovery character because he doesn't have a whole lot outside of that up B to get back on the stage with, but I don't mind it too much. Just try and keep him on the ground where he has this fantastic dash speed and these really strong smash attacks. Like I said, go through the floor if you need to. Oh, missed him. But so that's just some general overview. With his special moves, I don't think you need to use these too much, but he does have a fire breath. I believe it's about 10 seconds before that fire breath gets back to full strength once it runs out. Because I think he'll start, oh yeah, just small amounts of fire. So His side B one is actually a grab, which is pretty cool. It's a grab and a flip, which sends him flying. High knockback, really good damage, like most of his attacks are. Otherwise, his down B is the butt slam. And with this, I'm going to start a key to Bowser. It's kind of a weakness, I think. It's called hit lag, which is it's been around in the other games, but it was made a big deal in this one, especially competitively. So hit lag, you'll see it here when I hit Luigi with this attack. Bowser stops for a split second. He freezes in the air before he continues his drop. That's called hit lag. The thing with hit lag is it affects Bowser and anyone he's hitting, but no one else on the stage. So it doesn't freeze the screen for a small amount of time, it just freezes Bowser and his opponent. So if you're the guy being hit by that, you're not too happy. But if you're everyone else, that gives you an opportunity to run towards Bowser and find an opening in his attack. Now a lot of his moves have that, including the up B, and anything else where he's jumping or falling. Even I think his side one does, yeah. So Bowser has a lot of hit lag, which usually comes with high knockback characters and high power characters. So just be aware of that. People try and take advantage of that a lot. So when you're in one of these, make sure you try and put up your shield or recover as quickly as possible to avoid people catching up on you on that hit lag. Otherwise, general strategy with Bowser, keep moving. He's very fast. Don't be afraid to use that movement and hit as hard as you can whenever you can. So you don't necessarily need to juggle. You don't necessarily need to run away from anyone. Just keep using the moves and hit as hard as you can whenever you can. That's usually how I use Bowser. I think it makes him extremely fun to use. Excuse me. And very easy to win battles with, for sure. They do not have to be at a high percentage for you to knock him off at all. The only things to be wary about, he's easy to grab. Bowser is easy to hit. And with the hit lag, there's a lot of opportunities for people to take advantage. So I would say just keep on the move and keep hitting hard. If you guys have any other questions for these videos, please feel free to post them in the comments. I'll try and respond as quickly as I can. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Share it with anyone who you feel might be interested in buying the game or trying to pick a character that they aren't familiar with. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want to do. I really appreciate the support. Thank you guys very much.